Mention the word Mallorca and most people think of cheap package holidays and Brits behaving badly. But what of the wine? Yes, they do produce some good stuff. On the show today, a young and very original red, and it's coming right up. Hi guys, welcome to yet another edition of Big on Wine, the show which, as you probably know by now, brings you news, clues and reviews. Indeed, our aim in life is to keep you up to speed about just about everything that's happening in the world of wine. And my wine of the week for this week is indeed from the sunny Balearic island of Mallorca. And it's this one here. It goes under the name of Oliver Moragues La Faula. The vintage is 2019 and this wine comes in for a price of just under €15 a bottle where I am. Fine, okay. So we're on sunny Mallorca and the wine is officially IGP Mallorca. Out there, of course, in the Mediterranean. Producer is Bodegas Oliver Moragues, been established for many generations, and they're based in a small place called Algaida, which is roughly 25 kilometers east of the capital Palma, so roughly in the middle of the island of Mallorca. Now this is a red blend, and it's quite a complex blend at that. Now this is a blend of two very well-known varieties, the Cabernet Sauvignon and the Syrah, combined with two rather unusual varieties which are very, very local to Mallorca, and they are called the Callet and the Gorgolassa. Now, the producer of this wine, Bodegas Oliver Moragues, promise freshness and complexity from this wine, and they ascribe those characteristics to the Mallorcan grape variety Gorgolassa. Now this is a variety that was almost extinct a few years ago. It was revived over the last 20 years. It's a little bit difficult to grow. It produces a rather violet coloured wine, and also it has medium to low acidity. Now the other grape here involved, the other local grape variety, is the Callet, and that's often used to produce rosé wines, and it brings in kind of sweetish raspberry flavours, soft tannins, and also has a relatively low alcohol content. Most commonly, of course, blended with Cabernet Sauvignon. So we have an interesting recipe for this wine. Is it a successful recipe? Let's see what happens. Right, let's take a look at the wine in the glass to begin with. Nothing very unusual here. The wine in the glass looks extremely good. It has a ruby color to it. It's ever so slightly translucent, so a fairly light red blend here, but a nice color to it. But there is a slight translucence to this particular wine here. All right, now this wine, being a combination of, what should we say, very, very classic varieties and a couple of local ones, should be interesting in the nose. So let's give it a try, see how we get on. Here we go. All right, now the first impressions here are of a nice kind of earthy, rustic, kind of farmyardy kind of blend here. It's very, very appealing. It's very, very, very simple, giving in the nose. The aromas which I'm getting here are of extremely ripe berries, cherry, I think, sour cherry to the fore here, but there's a few more dark berries in the mix as well. I think probably blackberry is in there. And there's also an interesting kind of almost a minty, herby, minty aroma to this wine as well, but more of that anon. So very interesting in the nose, a little bit unusual, but very appealing. All right, now let's try it in the mouth and see whether those aromas carry over into flavors. Here we go. Quite big in the mouth. Full-bodied wine. Interesting. The flavour of the wine, or the body of the wine, is kind of much bigger than the nose suggested. The flavours in the wine very much mirror, however, those aromas we picked up. So we're getting the ripe berries, the blackberry, the sour cherry, even maybe a touch of blackcurrant in here. Hold on a second, I'll give you a little update. A nice sour cherry bite to this wine. It is tannic, slight drying of the mouth there due to the tannins. So nicely tannic, not over the top, just nicely so, nicely tannic. Sour cherry, forest floor kind of accents to this wine as well. A little bit of toastiness, a little bit of lingonberry in the mix here, maybe even a touch of blueberry or something like that. Not so much the blueberry, more a kind of a more acidic lingonberry type of accent to this wine. Herbiness, that kind of minty herbiness, which came to me in the nose there, is also again in the flavours. Very nice indeed. So, flavours mirroring the nose. It feels like a wine, or it tastes like a wine, which is pretty much genuine, unmanipulated, herby, touch of the forest, a touch of the farmyard, ripe berries, nice tannins, and a sour cherry bite. Interesting stuff. Now, what are we going to be enjoying this with? Well, I think this is a wine that you probably do need to serve alongside food. And I would be thinking, when if you imagine the tannic nature of this wine, full-bodied, I think what we're looking for in terms of food is probably game dishes. So I'm thinking elk or venison, maybe even, how about wild boar with this wine would be extremely good. But game, I think, is called for. In terms of serving temperature, I would say that just below room temperature, maybe 16, 17, 18 degrees is about right for this particular wine. All right, now this is an unusual, very different wine. Let's bring you the heads up on this one. This is a wine from the sunny island of Mallorca, from a small producer, Oliver Moragues, and La Faula is the name of the wine. It's an island in the Mediterranean, not famed for its wine, but provides the perfect location for something a bit more authentic and unusual. Two heavyweight grape varieties meet two local varieties, the Gorgolassa and the Callet, to produce an earthy, organic red that's perfect for game dishes. Oliver Moragues La Faula, 4 stars out of 5. Okay folks, many thanks for tuning in and checking out this week's video. And of course this was a little introduction to a rather unusual wine from a different location, the sun-drenched island of Mallorca, La Faula from Oliver Moragues. Interesting stuff indeed, very nice. Okay, if you've enjoyed what you've seen and heard, then please do feel free to give us a big thumbs up. Yeah, give us a like, we do enjoy getting those. Drop a comment down below, share the video around to your heart's content. And hey, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do consider doing so while you're about it. Why not hit that little bell icon down below and you'll be informed as soon as every new video is uploaded. And naturally, I'll be back again next week with another great wine of the week for you. But until we meet again, this is Tony Melville signing off and saying, hey, take care out there, be good to each other, enjoy your wines, and cheers.